Greetings, Elaine with Elaine's Custom Cards. A new video for you today. This is the last paper pumpkin for January, the last alternative that I'm going to be doing. And because February starts on Saturday, and we'll be getting a new paper pumpkin kit. So this is the card we're making today. It's a gift card holder. So let's get started. I even stamped the envelope. So we'll put that over here so you can see it. I'm using this stamp set that came with Paper Pumpkin, and then I'm using this sentiment from Heartfelt and this sentiment from this stamp set. And I'm going to be using the this heart image with the For You right here, and I stamped this with Garden Green on Whisper White, and then just punched it out with this punch, and then I punched the green heart out with the scallop punch. And then I used, for the inside, I used this 1-inch punch to punch a little half circle here so that you could get the card in and out. And then I used the bee. And what I did with the bee is I used this little image here and stamped the envelope with him. And then I used these little flowers right here for here, and then this little image right there. And I took one of these bees that come in the Paper Pumpkin, and I didn't want it gold. So what you can do is put this in your Stamparatus, line it up, put the bee in here, and stamp with the stamp so that you can get it perfect every time. And so I did that for this bee right here. The rest of them I just stamped on here in the envelope. I just used one of these bees for this little guy right there. So let's get started. First I'm going to show you how I did this. I took one of the envelopes, not envelope, but treat bags, and I cut it. And I used I found it much easier to use this little trimmer because it trims straighter, and so I trimmed this down to right about there. It's about on this. Well, this is 3, 4. It's less than 3 3/4, just slightly under. Trim that off. And then I trimmed this side to get it so I could open it up. And I just trimmed just a smidgen. I found when I used my big trimmer, it would not give me a smooth cut. Sometimes it would rip. So then I wanted this to be 2 7/8. So 2 7/8 is right there. So I just trimmed that off on this side. And now you have this. So then I cut this in half right on the fold line. And trim that. So now you have this, 2. And then I set that aside, and I took one of the pieces, and then I took a piece of Whisper White cardstock, because this is pretty thin paper. And this is the 2 7/8 by 3 5/8. And I adhered this. And I used snail adhesive because this is so thin I didn't want to use glue. And after I did that, I did it really close to the edges and then a little bit extra at the top and then a bit in the middle. And after I did that, then I trimmed it down on this side over here, because it's really hard to get it exactly even. And so I trimmed the edges after I was done so that there wouldn't be any of the cardstock showing in case you don't get it on there straight. So the finished piece is, let's see, 2 3/4 by 3 1/2. So you're trimming just a little bit off the edges to get it even. That's how I did that. And I've already got this prepared, and I stamped the sentiment right here, and then stamped some bees, and then I took my dark Daffodil Delight and colored the stripes yellow. Or I used colored them Daffodil Delight on these bees. Just like that. And then when we're all done, we'll put Wink of Stella on there. And then I did the same thing with my inside sentiment. If I can find a piece of scrap paper here. There's some. I just stamped the sentiment. I always stamp my inside panels before I glue them on in case I mess them up. Then I can use the back side. So I always do this first. And then I also did the envelope. And I put, this is from a paper pack that I just cut into squares so that I could use it inside the envelope so that it wouldn't bleed through. And after I stamped the bee, I just colored the stripes, just like so. And then you can take it out and it doesn't bleed through when you use something like this. So that's how I did that. Okay. Done with that. Now let's put our card together, and let me tell you what paper I used. This paper is in the annual catalog, and it's the Garden Lane Designer Series paper. I just picked one that had some mint macaron in it, and this paper just happened to have it. This was the other side. And I thought these leaves blended really well with this, but this is really pretty paper. I haven't used hardly any of it. This one might have worked too, but I liked it with the white. I didn't want too much green. So anyway, that paper's in the annual catalog. So let's put our card together. The base of the card, I cut it, how it came. So it's 11, it was 11 by 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2, and then I cut off this piece, and it's a 2 1/2 inch piece. This way I just cut it off at the end here. And you can use this to punch out your heart. So nothing's wasted. You could get 2 hearts out of that. So let's see. Let's put these pieces on first. This piece is for the inside and this is for the outside. And it's 4 by 2 3/4, and we're just going to adhere that to the front of our card. And I just used liquid glue on this. I was having fun thinking up different things to do with this stamp, the products in this paper pumpkin. And I decided I needed some designer series paper. So I went through all my DSP until I found some that matched. Okay. Then I took this piece, and you can see there's the Whisper White on the back. I tried using tear and tape, but it didn't work very well. It pulled loose when I put the gift card in. So what I did was I took my liquid glue and very carefully, on the really close to the edge of this, I put just a thin bead of glue. You don't want very much, because you got to make sure that your gift card has room to get down in there. Oops. So just a really thin, close to the edge bit of glue, like so. And if you think you got too much, just kind of rub it. It's like so. It won't hurt anything. It stays sticky. That way you're not having it ooze over the edges. That's what I did anyway. You find your paper towel that you had handy somewhere. And I laid this down so I make sure that this piece, since it's shorter, is kind of at the same, at the bottom edge as this inside liner piece. It looks just about right there. So you lay that down there and let it dry before you put anything in there. Oh, where am I? Oh, there it is. I can wipe that glue off before I get it on everything. Okay, once you have that in, if you think that you need a little bit of glue, like I want some glue right there, so that lays down better. Just put a little dab of glue right there. You don't want that lifting up. There. Okay. And I glued this piece in. Come on. This is a new bottle. I know there's plenty of glue in there. Actually, let's glue this one down first, because I want this white piece to layer over the top of this piece. And I didn't tell you how big this one is. Just a second, I'll tell you. I'm going to have glue on everything if I'm not careful. This piece is 3 by 4. So lay that down. And just kind of eyeball it to make sure it's pretty close to that one. Okay, then you put this piece in. Right side up. Definitely don't want it upside down. And you just layer it over the top of that designer series paper. And this piece, in case I didn't tell you, is 2.5 by 4. Okay, that's your inside so far. Now we're going to work on this. Like I said, this is stamped with Garden Green and Rococo Rose. And all of these stamps on this heart came from Paper Pumpkin. So we're just going to adhere our heart and get glue on everything. Sometimes I shake so much my hands just can't hang on to things. Okay. It gets pretty bad sometimes. Okay. There's our heart. Now, I couldn't decide whether I liked the heart there or if it looked better kind of in the center. So, I don't know. I can put this one in the center of this, and then you'll have to tell me which way you like it better. But I really want it popped up. So we'll pop this up and put a dimensional here. And right here. Because you don't want it going over the edge of your card. So we'll try this. Try this one this way. And you'll have to tell me which you like better. So if we put this one right here like so, that's kind of the center. Yeah. Okay. And then this will be, I'm going to put over here. And then I have these little flowers. And we'll put one here. And then we'll just kind of randomly put a few on the front of the card. Let's see, where should that one go? Let's put it right here. And then I wanted some on this side over here. So let's see. Put one up there. And one over here by the bee. No, how about right there? I like that one, right there. Okay, that's your card. And the gift card should fit in there just perfectly. So, yeah, tell me which version you like better, if you like the heart over here, or if you like it over here. I think they both look good. Just different. So this is your alternate paper pumpkin for today. And please comment. Like my videos, subscribe, and you'll hit the little bell and you'll get notification when I have more coming up. And remember Celebration and what I'm giving away. If you purchase $50 on my website, I'll send you a free packet of the basic rhinestone jewels. If you sign up as a demonstrator, I'll send you a packet of that. In addition to what, for $99, you get $125 worth of product, the little trimmer that I was using, and a packet of paper that's a sampling of what's in the mini catalog, and a stamp set of your choice. And you have until March 31st. If you purchase $50, I'll send you those rhinestones, plus you can pick one of the items out of the Celebration that it's free with $50 purchase. There's some that are free with a $100 purchase. So remember that. With each $50 purchase, you can choose one of the $50 items. If you spend $100, you can choose a $100 item for free. So you have a blessed day, and have fun stamping. Remember this free is $50 before shipping and tax. I just want to make sure and say that. Thank you for watching.